All right, Miss Lewis. Thank you for coming by. How
My
are you
pleasure.
doing?
Good.
Okay, I was looking over the questionnaire that I have sent home with Connor, and you filled it out very nicely. And you're curious as to why he's got such good grades this year. Is that correct?
Yes, I
Or
was
the 6 weeks?
right. I was just really curious to see what exactly it is he's doing that's earned him all of the A's for the 6 weeks. At his other school, he just barely passed. He didn't even want to go to school. And right now, his overall behavior is just wonderful. It's awesome. And he actually looks forward to going to school the next day.
Okay. Well, first off, in his IEP, um, it all the that is required of him to do right now is letter and word recognition and spelling putting the first three letters of his name on paper independently. Um, I have his notebooks here, and this right here is his writing notebook, and it's handwriting without tears, and it just has a series of letter exercises where he traces his letters
Hmm.
um, with throughout several sheets. It's a repetition of getting his
Right.
hands used to the letter form,
Okay.
and then as he progresses through the notebook, he starts spelling words out, and he'll have to spell. He'll have to trace the word, and then he'll have to, spell it
Hmm.
just by looking at it. Um, and he's been doing really well with that. And I've actually gotten him to, instead of just the three letters to his first name, Connor has actually started spelling his whole name with a visual prompt. Now, if I ask him to spell his name out, he will not be able to spell Conner. But if I have Connor Lewis spelled out underneath the the name line, he can write his name out.
More like a just almost a tracing it, but not over the top.
Yes,
Okay.
he
Copying it.
he looks at the name and he writes the Conner right above
His full name.
his full name,
Cool.
and as well as the number recognition, he traces his numbers as well and will put the date. So he's actually, as you can see here, where he's started tracing the
Hmm.
numbers in his notebook, he's actually able to, let me find his. In this exercise, he just looks at
Okay.
the number and can independently
And that's
write.
why you're saying he does his name just
Yes,
like
just
that.
like that. Uh-huh.
Okay.
And so at the first of the 6 weeks, he couldn't do that. Right at
Right.
first, all we were doing was just the tracing.
Everything was traced.
Everything
right
was
over the
traced
dotted
right.
line.
Uh-huh. And then we moved forward to seeing it and writing it without the dotted line, without
Good.
tracing it. So, in regards to his writing and his numbers and recognizing his numbers and his letters, if you ask him for, to write an A, he can't write down an A for you. He has to see it. But there are two letters that he does recognize, and that's P and O. So if you ask him to write a P, he'll write a P. If you ask him to write an O, he can show you what an O is. We also have a few attainment centers, which works with his numbers and number recognition, and he's actually able to apply. He'll take this little box, and on the back of it's a number.
Okay.
Okay. We have this little board here that has 1 through 5, and what he does is he loads each one of those slots with one of these. So he'll have 5 of these in this slot. On the back of this, he looks at it, and he'll tell you what number it is, 1 through 5, and then he'll open it, and then he will load the 5 or whatever number this is asking for. And he does that independently. So he's able to associate numbers and apply this to how many this is asking for.
Okay.
And then he loads that all back up. what really shocked me, yes, ma'am. Oh, okay.
No, no
What
question.
really shocked me was we got this new attainment center, brand new. And this showed me right now that his problem solving skills are very, very good. Because this was not, he's never used this before. And when I was opening it up and putting it together, he grabbed this little film holder. They have two sizes, small and large. And then
Right.
this little thing right here has the small and the large holes to put these in. And he was just looking through there and he picked out, put these in the right holes, and then he grabbed two pegs, stuck them in there, and then he grabbed the caps. And it took him a minute to put them over it, but he was able to notice that the red cap went on the small tube and the blue cap went on the big tube. And after he was done filling them with the little peg, he went on to the next one. Well, as I was putting things together, he had this whole platform filled, and he goes, done.
Now, once he does it the first time and gets it accomplished, is there any speed in the second accomplishment, or is it?
He's been going through it, and he gets faster every time. And as a matter of fact, he's able to separate them. He'll open this up, and he'll put this little peg right there. He'll put this little film holder there, and he'll have everything separated in a
The
compartment.
dowels, he'll
Uh-huh.
match and
Yeah,
wonderful.
and then he'll close it up, and then he's done. And so he's really been progressing. I mean, his problem solving skills is out of this world with the attainment centers, and he's really just getting really fluent with his letter recognition and his word recognition.
Okay. Well, then I must say that I'm very happy with what I'm seeing in this school, in this environment. The way things look, he's moving right along without a lot of difficulties at all. And I just can't thank you enough for all the hard work that you've been giving to my son this year.
All right.
Thank you. I appreciate
my
it.
pleasure.